Hey everyone, this is Blackbinder, and welcome back to the Let's Play of Tales of Maj'eyal with the Ogre Sun Paladin on Insane. Alright, last time we left off, I obviously had died. A few critical things that, I don't play melee Sun Paladins very often. When I do play them, I try out my caster build. So, there's just a few things that I forgot. Number one, you don't actually take the Guardian tree, even if you're going two-handed plus a shield. What you want with two-handed plus the shield is the Crusader tree plus the shield tree. The shield tree is just assault does a lot more damage with a two-hander, so a two-hander is just better. The Guardian tree, you don't need to take this. There are nice things in it, but you want one of those early, probably level 10 abilities or level 10 category point to go into your inscriptions for more survivability. And then at level 20, go ahead and take Crusader. But that's not what I did this time around. I just went back to playing it as a caster build, so I was just getting chunked way too much. I did run through again with the updated build without going down the Guardian tree, but just using Crusader, but I still ran into the same problems. I'm getting chunked way too easily. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to play him like the Arcane Blade, like I did there, because that's basically what he is, with less defenses, basically, and less damage. But, so I'm basically going to play him as a caster. So at level 10, I got at level 10, I got the Inscription, and then at level 20, I picked Radiance. So Radiance just basically gives me some defenses. It's not reliable, but also a heal and damage move in one bit. But let's go over it just to show why I grabbed it. Alright, Radiance. You glow permanently in a radius 8. Your vision and body adapt to this glow, giving you 54% blindness, 31% light resistance, and 27% light affinity. So we heal when we get hit with light damage, basically. That's really not that useful. It's used for other parts of the build. Judgment. Fire a glowing orb of light at each enemy within your radiance. Each orb will slowly follow its target until it connects, dealing 34 light damage to anything else it contacts along the way. Just a second. Got a massive headache because I didn't drink coffee this morning. When the target is reached, the orb will explode, dealing 203 light damage, so decent damage, and it hits everyone around you. So there's a ton of these little things that'll go out, but they are very slow moving. So, light damage in a radius 1, and I think that stays at radius 1, right? Yeah, it does. And healing you for 50% of the damage dealt. So, tons of healing on this if there's a crowd. Decent healing even if there's only 2 people, but that's... all targets struck by your judgment will be blighted by light, reducing saves by 35, reducing critical power by 27%, that's actually useful, and causing light damage received to splash in a radius 2 for 45% damage against all hostile targets for 4 turns. So what I think what we would want to do with this is use this before our Sunray, or use this, then Assault, then Sunray to make sure we have the crit, and that should make this splash. But that's honestly, that last part, I think they added that recently, because I don't ever remember it doing that. But yeah, good move. The only thing about Judgment is you have to use it before you're in trouble, because it will take at the very least 1 turn before that little orb gets to your target, even if they're right next to you. So you have to use it before you're in trouble. What I do is I just, if there are enemies far enough away from me, like trash mobs, I'll use it when I'm fighting something super dangerous right next to me. That way I'm damaging the guy right next to me, but also I know I'm going to get a heal or 2 down the road. Searing Sight. Your Radiance is so powerful, it burns all foes caught in it, dealing 52 light damage to all foes caught inside every turn. Each enemy affected has a 25% chance of being dazed and blinded by the light for 3 turns. The daze and blind can be applied to each enemy at most once every 7 turns. So basically, this is where the defenses come in. That 25% chance to be dazed, that's in a huge radius. It's going to get up to radius 10 eventually. Every turn, there's a 1/4 chance that everyone in my sight radius is gonna get dazed, or blinded, which is good because dazed lowers their damage, and blinded means they'll miss me basically, or not know where I am, or pretend to not know where I am because they're computers and they do know where I am. But the 52 light damage to all foes caught inside every turn, I've tried and tried to build around that damage like a million times. I know it's not very much, but I think you can kite people infinitely with it, you know? Like, it's always doing that over and over again. And I think if you raise it enough, I think you can get with, like with other AoE items, you can get around 200 damage per turn to everyone around you. That would be killed by flat damage reduction, but still. Either way, the Daze and Blind is good, and then light damage is just extra, so... Illumination, the light of your radiance allows... Oh yeah, what I was saying is, with this, it can only be applied to each enemy at most once every 7 turns. So it's basically keeping everyone else pacified while you're fighting the one guy in your bottleneck, so people aren't behind him shooting you or whatever with the Daze, because Daze means you can't move and it lowers your damage. So you can still get hit with range attacks, but they'll be significantly blunted. The light of your radiance allows you to see that which would normally be unseen and strike that which would normally be protected. All enemies in your radiance aura have their invisibility and stealth power reduced by 73. I guess, yeah, that's good. All actors affected by illuminations have their defense reduced by 24. That's going to be really good for us, because we were having issues with our accuracy last time. I think it was just the enemies we were fighting, honestly. We had average accuracy, and they had good defense, but whatever. As well as all evasion bonuses from being unseen negated. I mean, if we're minusing their stealth power by 73, like, are they ever going to be unseen? I honestly don't know. I don't interact with the stealth mechanics really ever. In addition, your light damage is increased by 6%, and your strikes ignore 34% of light resistance on your targets. That's light damage increase and ignore light resistance. That didn't used to be on here. I think Judgment was the final ability before, and they kind of moved this stuff around. So they did rework the tree a little bit. I went ahead and got Sun's Vengeance all the way up for the increased crit, but also for the increased chance for it to actually go off. Honestly, I'm using Sunray at the beginning of every fight, so really what this is doing is just lowering the cooldown of Sunray. I'm not using it for the increased damage. I'm using it for the cooldown reduction. So at best, basically, it makes this into a 4 or 5 turn cooldown if I get this proc every time and I've got my crit pretty much maxed out. I eventually will go into melee. I just haven't yet. So all I'm doing is playing caster at the beginning to crawl my way through the game, and then eventually I will go back to our old build minus the Guardian tree. Alright, where do we want to put our 3 class points here? I've been maxing out magic, obviously. Strength, I still will need to max it out. Dexterity, I think we're okay. I've actually got a 30 accuracy hat that I'm saving just in case I do need to get more accuracy, but I think we're going to go with cunning just for increased crit chance for now. Nah, you know what? I am going to max out strength because for reasons. Let's go 1 more point into second life because that's 100 extra hit points. That's not bad. And it goes off all the damn time. Let's go ahead and get another point in this to get through that light resistance. Then we'll go 1 more point into this for now. Yeah, I think that's what we want. Like, it's not crucial that I raise any of these, but I'm just looking at what gives us the biggest bonus right now. We definitely do less damage, but than the weapon damage. Well, whatever, the one that you've already seen me playing. But I don't constantly miss because they're evading or something like that. So it's a reliable damage, not counting Luminous Horus. Watch this. That is awesome. Alright. Nope, didn't AoE because I think I waited too long. But see, this is just more safe. And this friggin' thing has carried me, like, through the first 15 levels. This is what carried me. It's this exact one. It can be used to create a radius 3 lightning storm for 5 turns. Each turn, creatures within take 25 lightning damage and will be dazed for 1 turn. It's the daze. The damage is good too. Like if it's an immobile enemy, I can just cast it around the corner like I did for Norgos. I didn't even get near him. I just completely killed him with this lightning charm. But the daze, it keeps them away from me. So it's basically like another defensive cooldown. Not quite as good as my Stone Wrap Cape, but good enough. Then we'll go ahead and Judgment again and get away from this stupid wheel of arcane death. Alright, is this Burb? No, we killed him already. Alright, he's got Gloom and Repel, but he's blinded. So we should be okay. Let's heal once. I've also got a Biting Gale rune. I found one. All the other ones did 80 damage, and this one did like 300 plus. So it's basically another nuke that I can use, and it's instant. So, like I said, I'm going all caster here, and then I can still melee too because my proc damage. I'm not two-handing with a shield yet, so my proc damage is still usable, or it's better. So I'm making up for some of that damage loss by not having Staff Mastery or Weapon Mastery yet. I may actually just go Staff Mastery. Depends if I get Bulbum's Big Knocker, because that's really the only melee staff that they have. But no, I don't think I will, because then I don't think staffs have any strength scaling, do they? No, they don't. And that would make my strength bonuses pretty not good. Or it would make them rather useless. And I still want to go Arcane Might and everything. I think. I don't know. When we get to the Prodigies, we'll see. Actually, I am level 25. Okay, Fallen. I'm not going to do that just because it's different than what I have going on here. It's different from the Sun Paladin. From everything I've heard, and somebody asked me to do a Sun Paladin, not a Fallen Sun Paladin. I do want to do it, though. I just can't. Alright, Arcane Might. I don't know if that's actually useful right now, but let's go over it. You've learned to harness your latent arcane powers, channeling them through your weapon. This has the following effects. Equipped weapons are treated as having an additional 50% magic modifier. That's okay. When we start attacking, that will be useful. It's just not yet. Your raw physical power is increased by 100% of your raw spell power. That's good. We've got a lot of spell power, but again, we're not using the physical power portion of our attacks. We're using our on-hit procs. Your physical critical chance is increased by 20%, 25% of your bonus spell critical chance. See, I think by the time we actually use this, we're going to be level 35 or 36. So, and that's close enough to the other Prodigy, like at 42, that we don't really need it. I think Ethereal Form is what we want to get. Let's go over it. You gain 25% absolute damage resistance. That stacks on top of, like if you've got 70, like it's a different stat. There's resist all, and then there's absolute damage resistance. So even if we were going to get 70% resist all, this would still be useful. And 25% all damage penetration. That's good too, because we do split damage, light and physical. Each time you are struck by a weapon, these bonuses are reduced by 5% but fully recovered after 8 turns. Additionally, you gain 70% of the highest of your magic or dexterity status defense. 60 extra defense, not bad. The only issue here is, right now, it would be awesome to have this, but as we go into more melee focused, we're going to get hit too often for this to be on really all that often. You know what I mean? Its average uptime or its average up stacks will probably be about 4 once we start switching to melee. Yeah, that's still good, but it's not as good as it is now, which it might remove 1 stack or 2 stacks per fight unless it's a super hard fight, but I don't know what else we could get though. Meteoric Crash, this is kind of okay. What does it go off of? It's spell power, right? It's spell power or mind power. So this is definitely the strongest choice right now. It'll help us get through these levels, but I mean, it's 800 damage from the lava, and then it's an extra 400 damage from just getting hit. But I don't think... I mean, we don't have anywhere near enough willpower to get it anyway, so I think that kind of nixes all these anyway. Strength, what do we got for strength? Irresistible Sun, I usually do take this, or I used to take this when I played a melee Sun Paladin. It's just not, it's really not that good. For 8 turns, you gain the mass and power of a star, drawing all creatures within radius 5 towards you, dealing 38, 58 light, 43 physical to all foes, and reducing their damage dealt by 30%. Foes closer to you take up to 150% damage, and the damage increases with your strength. Now, we will be increasing light and physical damage. That's good. But also, think about it this way. If we got Meteoric Crash, the second part of this, your fire damage bonus and resistance penetration is set to your current highest damage bonus and resistance penetration. This applies to all fire damage you deal, not just Meteoric Crash. So, basically, we will be increasing every portion of Irresistible Sun by way of maxing out strength. We'll be trying to get light and physical damage, and then fire will match whichever one of those is the highest. So let's see here. If we had Meteoric Crash without max strength, this would be doing what? 40, it'd be doing 60 plus 60 fire damage, because it would match our light damage. 60 light damage, that's 120, plus eventually physical would be around 50, I think. But let's just say 40 for now. 60, 60, and 40, 160 damage per turn for 8 turns. So 160 times 8, that's a little over 1,000 damage. Not terrible, but again, not great either. Lowering their damage, that's the part of this that is making me think about taking it. So I don't know. I would like to get out of my comfort zone, so I may actually take this. It's a radius 5, but it is drawing them closer to me, which I don't really like right now. But if I have this on, they're not really going to do that much damage to me. Or it's going to kill them quick enough that it doesn't matter. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do something weird, because obviously my main idea for playing through it didn't work. So let's do something stupid. We'll go ahead and grab the Irresistible Sun. Sure. It's been a long time since I've actually used it. The only reason I don't like getting it is because it's no good against the last bosses, really. Like I got it and built for physical damage, and it still didn't do anything. Like, well, I mean, it got them down to 3/4 of their life, but that's times 3 of what it is now. But you know what? We're not likely going to make it to endgame anyway, so... Or it's going to be difficult. Alright. We've got it. We've made our decision. No going back now. Actually, I could if I wanted to, but I won't. Which one of these was I using? Oh yeah, the spell power one. Why was that? Why is this one so much better? I think it's because, wow, look at that. 5 strength gives this ability about 5 light damage. So, yeah, each point of strength is 1 point in each of those. So 15, each point is worth about 3 points of damage. Each point of strength, I mean. But we're not going to be getting huge amounts of strength anyway, because we're not going I Can Carry the World. I mean, we should get it close to 100, but... Alright, this should make things a little bit easier for us. And if it doesn't, then... Well, I don't know what else to do. This has 6 armor on it, so I do want to keep it, but... Or that's kind of why I'm keeping it now. But the proc on this is losing its power, especially because I've got Radiance now. So I really should try to find something to switch it with. You know what? I'm gonna do this one, not for its stats or anything, or even its usable, but its extra charm. the extra things that happen when you use it. Increase all damage by 13% for 2 turns. Okay. Cleanse 3 total effects of type disease, wound, or poison. So yeah. And I mean, it's 284 damage shield. That's not bad. If I pre-use it, that's basically 1 free turn. It is very Irresistible Sun is very deceptive, because it's very, very strong until it's not. If you do want to do an Irresistible Sun build, I would definitely go Stone Warden. Their clones will copy the ability. So use Irresistible Sun, and then you use immediately use your clones, and they'll copy it for almost the full duration. Like -1 turn. He stonewalled me. Nice. Okay. Here's what we'll do. On a barrier, holy cow, look at that. It critted, and I don't even have a lot of crit power, but 522, not bad. First things first, let's Irresistible Sun to lower his damage. Let me look exactly what that is. I think it's Weight of the Sun. Yep, all damage it does is reduced by 30%. How much, yeah, I'm not going to be able to outweight his Vim. You know what? Maybe I can. What do we have the ward for? Fire? Yeah, sure. Let's ward 5 or 3 fire damage spells. We'll freeze him. So he got 388. Well, I guess he wanted to cancel it. Whatever. Does Fearscape have a duration now? I actually don't know. That sounds like something they may have changed, because people would use it as a like infinite reprieve from battle. Like, you don't use it as an offensive one. You Fearscape a like fire immune, easy to kill enemy. You just sit down there. Fearscape. No, I guess not. Does 150 damn damage per turn, though. That's insane. Youch. Alright. We need to get back, so I'm going to... Our sun protects us. Okay. We're going to use our Sewer Fury, because we can't move. Alright, he kind of helped us out there. Here's the issue. If I move, he's going to probably kill me. So I'm going to barrier first, then heal. Can I hit him? Yeah, now we're back in fighting shape. He's blinded, so maybe we can actually just get back. I'm gonna barrier. Ouch. Shit. I should have kept going down. Let's stun him. Are you shitting me? Come on. He's an arcane blade too. Oh my god. Hopefully he has used all of his powerful spells, though. I need to move. I have Sunray, but that won't kill him. And I might be able to survive 2 turns. Oh my god. And one more up. Heal. Alright, good. Let's freeze him. Judgment. Smash him down. Irresistible Sun. Arcane Blade plus... actually, you know what? I think he was just an Archmage. See, half that... Well, 3/4 of that fight was me just trying to stay alive. When would I have ever found a time to actually... Like, if I had tried to fight him melee the whole time, it's just not possible. Well, maybe possible. If I, like, immediately stunned him or something, but... I just don't think so. Some enemies... Like, I guess with casters too, some enemies you can't kite them. They have too much. But those are finding a melee powerhouse and finding someone who you literally can't get away from. Like, the other one's super rare. The other one, it has to be like a worm that walks, rare or something, or unique, because then they have it's usually some kind of cursed, because they can see through the wall with Dominate, I think is what, or no, I forget which one it is. It's the second skill in one tree, but it just basically, the higher the skill, you just basically always have telepathy all in a short distance around you. Plus Blindside, they can jump through the wall at you. So there are some enemies you just can't get rid of, and that's, or you can't get away from, and that's not even all of it. You know, they also have their own escapes and teleports and shit like that on top of it. It's just that combination makes it to where it's very hard to get away from them. For you, it's powerful, the see through the walls thing. I love that skill, but it's not nearly as powerful for them because, or for you as it is for them, because they get inflated talent levels, so they can see. They're probably, their radius is probably like 14 or something. All right, I think this is where we go. Yep. All right. Where's the Valley of the Moon? It's a quest you get from handing in a randomly dropped book. It's by Gorbat Pride, usually. Or always. I actually don't know. I can't remember if it's a fixed spawn or not once you actually turn in the quest. But I do remember it being by Gorbat the last couple times I've gotten it. You know what? Sure. Alright, so with the daze and Irresistible Sun lowering people's damage, we should be able to survive for at least the first couple turns in battle. I say as I immediately get chunked for 4/5 of my life, and then somehow... Holy shitballs, look at this. Lucina the Snow Giant Boulder Thrower's Spatial Tether hits me for 128 temporal, 162 physical, 128 temporal, and then 0 physical because I think second life procced. Why? Target has been tethered to a location and has a 60% chance of being teleported back, creating an explosion for 153 physical and temporal warp damage at both ends of the teleport. So how the hell did I get hit by both? Oh my god, it happened again. 581 that time. I never get spatial tether. I'm going to have to give that a try. That was an insane amount of damage. Luckily, the duration was almost gone. I don't get any of that tree, I don't think. No, that's the generic one. I do get the dimensional warp and the one right after that to lower debuff durations. I have the summer. You know what? I'm going to keep this. I tried a Mind Star Cursed, and I got Eye of the Winter, and something about the Cursed. They have this AoE damage thing that just kind of like Radiance, just happens automatically, but it procs on hit mind power abilities, so it was going off like every other turn basically. Like I would have it proc 4 times in a row sometimes. No. 8 armor, nice. Resistance is really good, and maximum life 38. Is that better than ours? Resistances on this are good. We lose the 8 armor and the stun resistance, and this has 100 maximum life, so nope, we're not going to switch. But yeah, losing Retribution on the Guardian tree, that hurts, but I just don't think the tree is worth taking. Really, you're using two-handers to offset, like the Crusader tree is better. But Sun Paladins already have an issue with damage, not end-game really, but early game or mid-game, and that kind of helps offset it. But we were running into accuracy issues so many times, I probably should have went back down to one hand, but it was only 5 effective accuracy that we were losing. And for the 2 enemies that I was fighting that I noticed that I was missing every freaking attack, those guys had like 39 and 40 something defense. So looks like we got Poosh here. Where did we die last time? It was a... Was it on Urkus? Leave carefully. Nope, I'm not an idiot. No Dark Crypt. I think we died in Old Forest. I went ahead and I have finished Old Forest here. Let's go. Let's kill Urkus. I think that's the best course of action. I really like the Biting Gale rune. It doesn't get rid of debuffs anymore, probably because they added Shattering Afflictions rune. But I really like it because it's crowd control that's instant. So even if it doesn't end up freezing them, you can tell right away. So you don't have to, you're not like guessing, oh, is it going to work? Is it not? Because it's instant. But this one, the only reason I got it is because it was so incredibly more powerful than the other ones. 270, cooldown 11. 260, cooldown 11. Wait, hold on. Let's go by price. It's usually a better way. No. No, no. This one's better for some reason, or it costs more even though it's not even half as powerful. I think I can sell this one. Oh yeah, here's the accuracy cloak we have. It's not a helmet. 30 accuracy. Got shanties for getting that's if we want a dexterity prodigy basically. Did we save everybody? No, we didn't. What is the innovation bug? I don't know. Guys, I think it's going to snow again tomorrow. I also have a landscaping project I have to do in the morning. So, if you don't see me tomorrow, that's why. But pray that it doesn't snow, because I'm not ready. I have everything fixed, but I still don't want to do it. Shield 423 versus our 472, so no. 422 regeneration, that's not bad, but again, I think ours is better. I like the 270 instant heal instead. We do not slow down. Regeneration is better now that they nerfed healing, but I would still only take it on somebody who has decent damage mitigation, because you still have to survive while it works. I made this ring, the Savage Copper Ring of Life. Basically just using it for the life regeneration and life. I've got 19 per turn, which is pretty nice. Most I've ever gotten, not counting the Thalor racial, is, God, what was it? It was around 70, 80. I keep trying to make a regeneration berserker, but I haven't gotten to the critical mass of regeneration where it works yet. Put on Providence, since he's probably going to daze me every damn turn with his lightning. Yep. Irresistible Sun for an ant. I knew you were there, you sneaky bastard. We are level 26, which is probably high enough to do this area. It should be, considering you get the damn spell at... Okay, 0% chance to happen when I'm standing on the spatial tether. So basically, just don't move. The sun protects me, why? Oh, did he noggin knocker me? No, he didn't. Then how did he hit me so many times? Physical bleed, area of effect. Oh, it's this stupid thing, the Saw Butcher thing. Or the Saw Horror thing. But we're okay. A Path of the Sun and screw up because I'm a dummy. Okay, we found you. Let's, how do we want to do this? I need to shield first, then Providence. I need to be not dazed. I need to reset the fight. Alright, so that will get rid of the Hurricane. He's most likely going to teleport somewhere in front of me. So, take each turn slowly. Where's the stairs? There they are. You know what? Let's just rest. Maybe he'll find me. Oh, no. We got a Telugoroth? No, a Gwelgoroth. There we go. Okay, good. He is where we want him. Let's change level, heal up, and then I can speed around the corner and hit him before he's able to hit me. Alright, Salamira. Pinning, immunity, and some resistances. Yeah, it's probably better than mine. I've got a mastery one on, and it is a mastery that I like, but I really don't like increasing mastery. Outside specific cases. I might actually take that. 30 spell power on that. Help me apply my debuffs, I think. I'm pretty sure that matters. But also, increase my damage. This goes from 399 to what? What are we losing here? Just the cleanse poison is kind of what I like, even though I have healing already. So, 399 to 433. Nice. Each point of spell power gave me more. Each point of raw spell power was worth a point of damage at least. That's nice. Alright. Gonna run around. Nope, I screwed it up already. Let's rest. Gonna go right here. Now what we want to do is barrier. Bathe in light. Ogric Wrath, not writ large because I haven't actually used anything yet. Irresistible Sun, then speed around the corner. And immediately Judgment because I thought he was going to hit me harder. Well, let's freeze him. Even though we'll do less damage because he's frozen, it gives us more time to attack. I'm going to go ahead and use Providence before he gets out. Wait, where the hell is he? Oh, he's there. Alright, I can't friggin' see him, but we should be okay. We'll writ large. Still got Providence, yes, for 4 turns. Nice. I don't know how the hell he had such a powerful invisibility spell. We have negative 80 or something invis power. Actually, you know what? Maybe we actually have to hit them for that to work. I don't know. I should probably check it out. Holy crap. We are way above time. Let's finish this anyway. I'm just going to make another video anyway. I got this guy. This is my 4th one that I've done. I gave up on the other 2. Or the other 3. Or no. I died with the first one. Second one, I pretty much died. I got him here. But I lost not my final life, but one of them. So I was like, well, there's no way I'm going to make it with no lives left. And it wasn't going any better than the last run. So I just gave up on him and finally restarted. This guy, the funny thing is, all this stuff I've done differently, outside of Irresistible Sun, I've only died once. The only thing I've done differently... Or not, let me rephrase that. Out of all the stuff I've done differently, it hasn't mattered because it's the enemies I've run into haven't been nearly as hard as that first run. That's the only difference. Now, maybe if I had run into some difficult people, I could kill them by keeping them at range. But I just haven't, you know. Although that spatial tether, that one was pretty crazy. I need to make sure not to run from those next time, because that's going to end up killing me one of these days. Actually, it probably already has. Spatial tether someone and then teleport them away. Should do a lot of damage, I would think. Oh, yeah, but it teleports them back, though. That's the problem. I don't want it to teleport them back. I want it to let them run, you know? So it does more damage. Rogue Plight, it's crappy. There might be some niche uses for it, niche uses. It just it transfers wounds, bleeds, or poisons, I think. It's a lot of fire damage. Eleni Tomas, the Satyr Walker. Nice. 24% all resistance penetration. Not bad for a bow. Although you really don't need all resistance penetration on a bow, do you? Alright, 17 armor, 21% lightning resistance, and 60 life, 30 defense, versus slightly less armor, more, I think more, no, it's not more armor hardiness, I'll still have more, but then 11% resist all. Yeah, I think that would still better for now, especially since I'm staying at rage. I'm at 35%. 35% what? Not sure. Alright, that's where we're going to end it for now. I'll go ahead and get the Disperse Magic rune, and then we'll start up here in a second. So, hold on just a second. Yeah. I will be right back. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this one, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy.